In 1997, the average CO2 emissions of new cars in the UK was 190 grams per kilometre. In 2005, the average CO2 emissions of new cars in the UK had fallen to 169 grams per kilometre. Given A grams per kilometre is the average CO2 emissions of new cars in the UK n years after 1997, and using a linear model, form an equation linking A with N. In 2016, the average CO2 emissions of new cars in the UK was 120 grams per kilometre. Comment on the suitability of your model in light of this information. Because it's a linear model, we know that it's going to be almost a straight line graph kind of model. So we have something like that. We've got the time, which is in years, and then we have the grams per kilometers. Now, the first time this was recorded was in 1997, and they had 190 grams per kilometers. In 2005, which is 8 years later, they now are at 169 grams per kilometers. So what the question is asking for is the equation of the line. So again, we could just join that together. We just want to know what the equation of that line is. So the gradient is going to be the difference in the grams. So we were at 169 by 2005, and we're going to subtract 190, which we started off. That was over 8 years. So from here, so that's 8 years, and we've gone down by 21 grams. So we're going to do 21 divided by 8, and that gives us minus 2.625. So every year, the amount of CO2 emissions we're having is minus 2.625 grams per kilometers. Now, our starting point is 190. So our equation is going to be A equal minus 2.625 N plus 190. So the first part is minus 2.625 N when N is number of years plus 190. Second part of the equation is asking for the suitability of the model. So we'll look at substituting what the value would be in 2016. So we started at 1997, and we're now in 2016, and that is a difference of 19 years. So it means that N is 19. So we're going to do our substitution to work out what the emission should be if we used our model. So minus 2.625 times by 19 plus 190. That comes to 140.125 grams per kilometers. Now, if the model was correct, we should have 120, but it's not. So 140.125 is higher is not even close, is higher than 120 grams per kilometers. So the model is not suitable. And also we could think about what's been happening. There is advance in technology, and so because there's advance in technology, it means that there are better ways that cars could be run with less CO2 emissions.